Good morning, class 8. How are you all? Okay, so last time we have already started the chapter 2, planning a surprise, right? And now I'll be explaining the chapter, right? So let us start the chapter. Please take out your book, chapter 2, planning a surprise. As we discussed yesterday, planning a surprise is a chapter in which four sisters, the March sisters, right? They plan a surprise gift for their mothers. Now let us read the chapter and see what happens, right? How do they plan a gift and what happens next? The four sisters sat knitting away in a twilight while the December snow fell quietly without and the fire crackled cheerfully within, right? Now they have described a scene, right? In the first scene, the sisters are sitting in a room and there is a snowfall outside as it is the month of December, right? And it is the time of evening and they are knitting, right? They are sitting near a fireplace. It was a comfortable room, though the carpet was faded and the furniture very plain, right? Now they have described about the room. The carpet which was in the room was very faded. It was an old carpet and the furniture which was in the room was very plain, simple furniture. For good picture or two hung on the wall, and there were one or two pictures, good pictures which were hung on the walls. So this is the room in which the four sisters were sitting. The books filled the recesses. Now here recesses are the racks which are made inside the wall, right? Okay, so there were books in those racks. Chrysanthemums and Christmas roses bloomed in the windows and a pleasant atmosphere of home peace pervaded it, right? And there were chrysanthemums. Now chrysanthemums are a large bright color flowers and their shape is like a ball, and the Christmas roses, right? They bloomed in the windows, right? And the atmosphere was pleasant and it was peaceful, which was spread all over the room. Margaret, now the first sister, the name of the first sister is Margaret. The eldest of the four was 16 and pretty. Now in this paragraph they have described about the sisters, right? How they looked, how they appeared. Now Margaret was the eldest and she was 16 years and she was very pretty with large eyes, plenty of soft brown hair, beautiful hands, of which she was rather vain, right? So she was a very pretty lady. She was 16 and she has a soft brown hair and her hands were also beautiful. Now the second 15-year-old Joe, the second one was Joe, right? And she was 15 years younger than Margaret and was very tall, thin and brown. Now the second girl was different from Margaret. She was tall, she was thin and she was brown and reminded one of a colt, for she never seemed to know what to do with her long limbs. Now colt here, colt means you can say male horse, right? So she resembled to a male horse. She was long, she was thin and she had long limbs. The limbs, that is hands and legs, were long enough and she never knew what to do with them, which were very much in her way. She had a decided mouth. Now decided, that means firm, or you can say assertive. That means she was very good in her speech. A comical nose and sharp gray eyes. Now her nose was you can say like a cartoon character. She had sharp and gray eyes which appeared to see everything, were but were by turns fierce, funny and thoughtful, right? So the eyes were also thoughtful. They looked funny. Her long thick hair was her one beauty. So okay, so she had long thick hair and that were her real beauty, but it was usually bundled in a net, right? So they were tied up and they were bundled in a net. Now here in this paragraph they have described Margaret and Joe. Round shoulders had Joe. Joe also had round shoulders, big hands and feet, fly away look. Now here fly away look means old fashioned look, right? She had an old fashioned look and the uncomfortable appearance of a girl who was rapidly shooting up into a woman and didn't like it, right? So she was different from Margaret, right? She had round shoulders, right? Big hands and feet, a flyaway and old-fashioned look, and she had uncomfortable appearance, right? She was not the dress or the look she had was not good enough for being a woman, right? So she was in uncomfortable appearance. Now the next one was Elizabeth or Beth, as everyone called her, right? Her name was Elizabeth and everyone called her as Beth. Was a rosy, smooth haired, right, bright-eyed girl of 13 now. Okay, so Elizabeth was 13 and she was rosy. She was beautiful. Her hair was smooth with a shy manner and timid, you can say timid voice, a peaceful expression which was seldom disturbed, right? So she had a nervous or soft voice and she has a peaceful appearance which was seldom, that means rarely disturbed. Her father called her Little Miss Tranquility, right? So she was very peaceful and hence she was called as Miss Tranquility by her father, the name suited her excellently, for she seemed to be happy in her own world, right? She seemed to be happy in her own world and she was not disturbed by the outer world, and she was only venturing, she was only going to went outside only to meet someone whom she loved most, right? So here Elizabeth is a girl with whose age is 13, right? She is beautiful and she had soft hairs and she is a peaceful girl. Now next one is Amy. Though Amy was youngest. Amy was youngest of all the girls and she was a lovely maiden. She was a lovely young girl with blue eyes and yellow hair curling on her shoulder. Pale and slender, she was slim, plain, and always carrying herself like a beautiful, in a mindful way, right? So she was the youngest of all, right? So here they have described all the four girls. Okay, so now as we have studied about the appearance of all the four sisters, right? We know that how do they look, right? They had a different appearance. Let us do the refresh activity, right? Have you done it? Okay, you need to do it. Read it out. The first one is dash and dash bloom in the windows of the room where the sisters sat. The answer will be, can anyone answer? It is chrysanthemums and yes, it is Christmas roses and chrysanthemums. Very good. And the second one is Elizabeth was called by her father. Who can answer this? Can you answer, class? Yes, it was Little Miss Tranquility, right? So these are the answers. So I hope you have understood that part, right? Now let us go further. Now the clock struck six and having swept up the hearth, right? So it was 6 o'clock, right? And Beth put a pair of slippers. Now here hearth means the floor of fireplace and the area around it. Beth put a pair of slippers down to warm. Now she put the slippers to warm up down near the fireplace. Somehow the sight of old shoes had an effect upon the girls. Now there was a sight of old shoes which meant that mom was coming, right? So they were very excited because mom will be coming soon, and everyone brightened to welcome her, right? And everyone got excited to welcome her. Max stopped lecturing and lightened up the lamp. Amy got out of the easy chair without being asked, and Jo forgot how tired she was as she sat up to hold the sleepers nearer to the blaze, right? So everyone got excited. They put the sleepers nearer to the blaze because to warm up them, because mom was coming to home and she would be wearing those slippers, right? So they kept it near the fire to warm them up so that she can be comfortable when she comes home and she can wear them all, right? Because it was so cold outside, and when she comes back she gets a warm sleeper which will provide her a comfort, right? And all got excited. They forgot how much tired they were. They are quite worn out. Mommy must have a new pair. Now the slippers were very, you can say, worn out, right? They have been damaged. They were very old slippers, and mommy. Now here mommy is the, you can say, the word which was used by the girls to refer their mom, right? They use mommy to refer their mom, right? They call her mommy, and she should have a new pair. I thought I would get her some with my dollar, said Beth. And now they all were thinking that mom should have new slippers, right? Mommy, what they called her, right? And Beth thought that she will be getting new slippers for her with her dollar, with her money. right? Joe, I shall, cried Amy, right? So Amy said that I'll be bringing for mom. You don't bring. I'll bring new slippers. I'm the oldest, began Meg. But Joe cut in with a decided voice. The father had told that I'm man of the family and I'll be bringing the slipper for her, right? So this is how they were conversing. They were talking about who will be bringing new slippers for their mom. And I will provide the slippers, as Joe said, and for he told me to take special care of mother. Joe said that father had told me to take special care of mother, so I'll be bringing new slippers for mom, right? Now then what they told is, okay, I'll tell you what we'll do, said Beth. Let's each get her something for Christmas and not anything for ourselves. And now, as it was the month of December, they were planning the Christmas gift, and this time what the girls decided, what the Beth told, let us bring something for our mother rather than bringing it for ourselves, rather than buying it for ourselves. This time we'll not buy anything because they were from a humble family that they didn't have that much money. So they decided that whatever money they have, they will buy a gift for their mother rather than buying for themselves, right? This was decided by the girls. Everyone thought soberly for a minute and they were thinking of the gift what they will be bringing for their mother. Soberly, that means seriously. Then Meg announced, as if the idea was suggested by the sight of her own pretty hands, I shall give her a nice pair of gloves, right? So Meg told that she will be bringing a pair of gloves for her army shoes, best to be had, cried Joe, right? So Joe said that she'll be bringing army shoes for her. Some handkerchief all hemmed, said Beth. So Beth said that she will be bringing some handkerchief which are properly hemmed, properly folded from all the sides. I'll take a little bottle of cologne. She likes it and it won't cost much. I will have some left to buy my pencil, right? So Amy said that she will be bringing a bottle of cologne. Cologne is a form of perfumed water for their mother. Now all the four girls have decided what they will be bringing for the Christmas. How will we give the things? Asked Meg. Put them on the table and bring her in and see her open the bundles. Don't you remember what we used to do on our birthdays? Answered Joe, right? So Joe told the girls that they will be putting all the gifts on the table and let her open the bundles, right? I used to be so frightened when it was my turn to sit in the chair with the crown on and see you all come marching round to give the presents with a kiss. I liked the things and the kisses, but it was dreadful to have you sit looking at me while I open the bundle, said Beth, who was toasting her face and the bread for tea at the same time, right? So what Beth said that she liked, right? She was liked the gifts, right? When it was her turn on her birthday, right? When everyone came marching towards her and giving her the gifts and the kisses, she liked them. But it was very frightful when everyone looked at her when she opened the gifts. Let mommy think we are getting things for ourselves and then surprise her. We must go shopping tomorrow afternoon, Meg. Okay, so they thought that they will be telling mother that the gifts are for them and then they will surprise her. And they plan to go for the shopping tomorrow. There is so much to do about the play for Christmas night, said Joe. And now they are also planning a play, right? A play that is a drama or a skit on the Christmas night. And Joe is saying that they need to practice it. Marching up and down with her hands behind her back and her nose in the air, right? So she is walking around with her hands which are at her back and nose in the air, right? So she is telling about the play. I don't mean to act anymore after this time. I'm getting too old for such thing, observed Meg, who was much a child as ever about dressing up frolics, right? So Meg said that she is not interested in acting in the play anymore, right? So this is her last time she will be not acting, but she liked to wear those beautiful dress, the frolics, right, in the play. You won't stop, I know, as long as you can trail round in a white gown with hair down and wear gold paper jewelry, right? So here Joe is saying that Meg, you will be not stopping, because as long as you get to wear those beautiful gowns and the paper golden jewelry, right, you will be acting, I think, because you like that. You are the best actress we have got, and there will be an end of everything if you quit the booths. And what she is saying, that you are the best actress, Meg, and if you stop acting, then I think we need to stop the play, right? We can't do the play. We ought to rehearse tonight. Come here, Amy, and do the fainting scene for you, as you are stiff as a poker in that, right? So Joe asked them to rehearse for the play and asked Amy to do the fainting scene, right? So this will be all for today. We will be continuing the chapter tomorrow. Okay, so let us see how do the girls give the gift to their mother and how do the mother act. Okay, so this will be all for today. Please read the chapter, right? And have a nice day. Thank you.